In this video, I am going to discuss about simple and compound interest. Simple interest. Simple interest is a method of calculating interest which is based on the principal amount, the interest rate and the time period involved. This principal amount is also called the initial amount, or it is also called the original amount. This is the formula to calculate the simple interest. Capital P multiplied by simple R multiplied by simple N. Capital P is the amount of money borrowed or invested. This is the initial amount or the principal amount. Simple R, the rate at which interest rate is charged or earned, expressed as a percentage per year. It is very important to know that you have to use the decimal value when you are calculating the simple interest or any other interest rate using the percentage value. Do not use the percentage value as it is. Convert it to a decimal value. This is how you convert a percentage value into a decimal value. Let's say the percentage value is 5%. What you have to do is divide this value, which is 5, by 100. This is 0.05. This is the decimal value of the percentage. Use this value when you are calculating. Do not use the 5 as it is. The answer will be incorrect. Use the 0.05. Simple N is the length of the loan or investment period expressed in years. This is also important. Let's say if you deposit $1,000 at a 5% annual interest rate for 2 years, the simple interest would be. It is important to know that the annual interest rate. This is also called the per annum rate. Per annum rate. This is also means per year rate, or this is also called the annual percentage rate. All these phrases are describing the same thing, which means the interest rate for a year. Always remember when you are calculating interest rates, you have to convert the interest rates into a per annum rate. So let's calculate the simple interest. It equals to the initial amount, which is $1,000 multiplied by the interest rate. This is the decimal value. As I said earlier, you have to convert this percentage value into a decimal. 5 divided by 100, which is 0.05. Then multiplied by the number of years. We are depositing for 2 years, so this will be 2. So this is the interest return you will earn after 2 years. So after 2 years, you will receive the total amount of 1100, which is the initial amount you invested plus the interest return you earned. So this will equal to the total amount you will receive in 2 years. Always read the question very carefully and understand what the question is asking about. Whether they are asking about the total amount or whether they are asking about the interest amount. When you are using a calculator to calculate this amount, this will be your inputs. 1000 multiplied by 5 over 100 multiplied by 2. This is the best practice to use a calculator so that you can check all the inputs once again before you take your final answer. If you use a calculator like this, let's say you first divide 5 by 100, then you take the 0.05 amount, then you input multiplied by 1000, and then you take the answer as 50, then you input 50 and multiplied by 2 and you get 100. If you have made errors along the way, you will not be able to identify them. So it is the best practice to use the calculator like this. Input all the data in a single line so you can identify if an error is made. Now let's talk about the compound interest. Compound interest is a method of calculating interest which takes into account not only the principal amount and the interest rate but also the accumulated interest earned over time. In the real world, this is how the interest rates are calculated based on compound interest. This is the formula to calculate the compound interest. Capital A. This is the total amount of money accumulated after n number of years, including the principal and accumulated interest. Capital P. This is the principal amount or the initial amount or the original amount. And 1 plus simple r. Simple r is the interest rate expressed as a decimal. Always remember to convert the percentage value into a decimal, then use in a calculation. So the simple n is the number of years the interest is compounded. This simple n should be in the form of years. Let's do this example. If you deposit $1,000 at a 5% annual interest rate compounded annually for 2 years, calculate the total amount you will receive in 2 years. Another important thing to note is that if the question is only giving the percentage value without this, let's say if you deposit $1,000 at a 5% compounded annually for 2 years, this typically means per annum rate because this is the standard way unless otherwise specified. So let's calculate the total amount you will receive in 2 years. This is the formula. So P is the initial amount which is $1,000. 1 plus R. Now you know you have to convert the 5% into a decimal which is 0.05. So here the simple n is 2 because we are depositing the $1,000 for 2 years. So the total amount you will receive in 2 years will be $1,102.5. This is the total amount. If they are asking what is the compound interest you will earn on the $1,000, you have to just deduct the $1,000. This is the original amount. So you can calculate the interest earned, which is $102.5. Always read the question carefully and understand what they are asking for, whether they are asking for the total amount or whether they are asking for the interest earned. Now let's discuss about the annualized interest rate. This is where interest rates are given for any time period other than per year. These rates have to be converted into a per year rate. As I said earlier, when it comes to calculations, we always have to have the per year interest rate. If the interest rates are given any time period other than per year, we have to convert them into a per year interest rate. This is the formula we can use to do this. 1 plus given interest rate for the period into the power simple n. This simple n is the number of given periods for a year. This can be calculated by using this formula. 12 months divided by the given number of months. Let's say if they are given a monthly rate, let's say 2% per month. Now we have to convert this into a per year rate. In order to do that, we have to calculate the simple n value. Simple n is the number of given periods for a year. So, how many months are there for a year? There are 12 months. So, simple n will be 12. Let's use this formula to calculate that. So, 12 months divided by given number of months. So, they are given the per month, which means per month is 1 month. So this is equal to 12. So simple n is 12. Let's say they have given 5% per 6 months. This is the time period they are given. So let's calculate the simple length. Simple length equals to 12 months divided by given number of months. So how many months they have given? 6 months. So divided by 6 months. So this equals to 2, which means there are 2 6 months for a year. If they are given an interest rate per 3 months, what will be the simple length? N will be 4 because there are 4 3 months for a year. 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. Let's do an example. If you deposit $1,000 at 5% per 4-month interest rate, calculate the per year rate. So the per year rate will be 1 plus interest rate given for the period, which is 5%. We have to convert this 5% into a decimal, which is 5 over 100 into the power simple n. We can calculate the simple n by 12 months divided by the given number of months, 4 months. So simple n equals to 3. Now we can assign this value. 1 plus 0.05 into the power 3, which is 1.1576. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.